everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and today we are talking about the dual tip highlighter sets from the ERIN CONDREN launch. So there are 3 different sets in the different color schemes. So we've got the Bold Blooms, we've got the Evolve, and then also the Canvas. So I've already taken these all out and used them, and I have thoughts about them. We're going to talk good, bad, and ugly. I'm going to give you all the honest opinions. Clearly I liked them because I bought them all, but there are some things to note about these. So for one thing, the barrels are matte finish, so they are nice and grippy. They feel comfortable barrel size wise. I feel like the highlighter is a little bit thin for what you get. I'm not going to do it on this page because that's going to be my official test page, but these are older pages here. They're a little bit thin as far as a highlighter streak. I'm going to compare them to mild liners, which I think most of us are familiar with. I'll just grab a brownish colored one to kind of go with the one I already just used. But I feel like they're a little bit thin as far as the line. So that's a mild liner line, and then these are the EC highlighter line. So they're a little bit thin. I would love to have seen them be thicker, like a true nice highlighter streak. These ones are little skinny mini highlighters, which some people will love, some people won't love. So that's something to keep in mind. And also the writing tip is still a marker tip. It's not a tip for like writing out a lot of stuff in your planner. You can use them. I'm going to test on some lines for you guys. Sorry, I'm off screen a little bit. This is not like a fine liner type of end. It is a marker end. That's marker ink. Like the highlighter ink is marker ink. So keep that in mind. And I was noticing as I was swatching these in a different book, like having fun with it in my Sticker Sneeze planner, some of the tips are softer than others. So some of them look more bold font than this. So this one was like the typical type of tip. And so just keep that in mind that some of them are going to end up looking a little bit thicker. And once you use them, you know, it is a marker tip. Once you start using them more, the tip will start becoming thicker just because it'll wear down a little bit. So keep that in mind as well. It's not a fine liner tip. I still want to see all of these colors in fine liners. Like I would buy a 6-pack in each of these if they came in fine liner options as well. I love the barreling on this, the full color barrel. I also love, if you look closely, it says the color name. So it says ERIN CONDREN and then the color name. This one happens to be terracotta. It shows you what pen ends or what. I love that it also has a clip because some things like the Zig Clean Color Dots don't have clips, and that makes it super annoying to have to use because you can't just clip it to like a spiral. I'd be able to clip these. So overall, I'm super happy with them. I love the color variety that you get between the packs. And so you can pick like one color scheme if you want just one, or you can collect them all like Pokemon and enjoy all the colors. So there's 18 of them, and I happen to just really like them. So I give them 2 thumbs up with the caveat in mind that this is not a pen style thing. Like you can use it, it'll just be very bold. And then this is also a skinny mini highlighter. So you got to keep those 2 things in mind when you go to purchase these. So that is my full-on review of these guys. Let's go ahead and swatch all of them, and we will talk about similar colors and put similar colors next to each other to compare the colors, because there are a couple of similar blues, a couple similar pinks, and we're gonna line them up side by side. So first we're just gonna plain old swatch them all. So these are the Bold Blooms set. Got terracotta. And then we have the pinkish color, which is petal pink. And you can tell that one's a little bit smushier, so that looked a little bit bolder than the brown above it. Then we've got this one, which is moss. And then we've got ocean. And these look great on the EC paper. I'll show them in the Tomoe River paper as well, because I did swatch them in there. Very vibrant on this paper, which is great. They're made to go on this paper, you know. It's ERIN CONDREN markers or highlighters. And the marigold looks amazing. I think that's a gorgeous color. And again, I feel like that one felt a little bit smushier writing with it. And then this one is called Heather. All right, now this is the Evolve set. This one's very vibrant, bright colors. Use a darker one for the title here. This one is called Peach. To be honest, I don't know that that looks peach. It looks a little bit of a brownish color to me. This one is Peony, which happens to be one of my favorite ones of all. Just a beautiful pink. And then this one is called Coral. This one is called Beat. Then we have Bermuda. Oops, got a wiggly line there. And then the last color I used for the title here is called Teal. And this one feels smushier to me, so it looks a little bit bolder. All right, and then the canvas colors are much softer colors, more pastel-y vibes. I'll use the darker one for this. All right, so this one is Canvas. Oops, wrong end. This one is Harbor, which happens to be one of my favorite grays. I bought a few things in that. Such a beautiful gray. And then this one is called Light Gray. And then the blue that I used up here is called Powder Blue. And then we've got a greenish leaning one called Spruce. It's like a greenish leaning gray. And they've got a beige color named Sand. I think that one's just like a gorgeous warm neutral. And then last but not least is a pink, and this one is labeled Rose Pink. There are all 18 colors. So my thoughts about this, they're brand new. They're very juicy and heavy inked. So at the ends, you see like the ink pooling up. You also see it when certain letters cross or you tap down and like sit a second. So you do get that darker shading here and there. But overall, I think they're gorgeous. Let's check the back here. Like the ERIN Condren paper is nice and dreamy. I don't have anything bleeding through. I see a couple of dots where it bled into the paper. Nothing bled all the way through. And of course you're gonna get some ghosting and shadowing, but that's to be expected. You're coloring with dark colors on very light paper. It's just the nature of how paper works. You're gonna get ghosting on papers, but they work really great. They work great on the ERIN Condren paper. We'll compare colors in a second, but I wanna show you guys my little swatch I have in the Tomoe River paper. Now this is just my sticker sneeze planner. I just put them in and they don't seem nearly as vibrant. I totally botched my U when I was writing, but they look really good on this paper too. They just have a more soft look to them on the Tomoe River paper versus on the ERIN Condren paper. They really look nice and dark saturated. So you just get a different look. I was putting in all my Go Wild stuff in here. So that's what they look like. I'm overall really happy with them. I wish the tips for the marker side would be a little bit more consistent because some of them are like super skinny mini and then some of them are much smushier, so they end up being a lot bolder of lines. Like for certain ones that stand out, like the light gray seems really bold, the teal seems really bold, the marigold, petal pink, those ones came out really bold because the tips were a little bit smushier. And it just has a lot of variation in sizing. Like the sand turned out super skinny mini, the coral and the beet are both super skinny mini. I would like to see a little more size consistency on those tips. And I would like to see thicker highlighters. That's like the two main things I mentioned in the beginning as cons for this. But as far as color goes, the colors are really, really nice. There are a couple of similar colors that I'm gonna compare here. So we've got Ocean. I'm not gonna do it on this page, because I don't want to mess up that page. I'm going to take pictures of it. So this one's Ocean. We're going to compare that to the other blues. We've got quite a few different blues to compare it to. Let's see what we got that overlaps. So those two, pretty much the same color. Those are pretty much the same color. The barrels look a little bit different. It does come across the tiniest shade different on here, but they could be the same color. So I would like to see a little bit more variation in the blues since you only get 18 colors. I'm not full on clear 18 different colors, but of course, a lot of people aren't gonna buy all 3 packs like crazy people like me who want every color. So that's a little bit of a duplication. Let's compare pinks as well because the pinks look a little bit similar. So we've got the petal pink, we also have this rose pink, and I feel like these are far enough apart that people would want all the pinks. And then of course the two brighter looking pinks aren't gonna be very comparable. And that one actually could be a purple. You could call that one purple. But like those are distinctly 4 different colors. I feel like the blue is the main overlap. I do like having the Harbor and the gray. I put them side by side. And you can see there's definite differences there. As far as the brown colors, we've got sand, peach, and terracotta. They're all distinct different shades of brown. We've got 2 distinct purples, like a pinkish type of purple and then a more true purple with the heather. And I feel like there's good variation in all of it. I love the neutral, the sand. Also, the spruce is gorgeous. It's like a green leaning gray, which is just stunning. The only main overlap is the powder blue versus ocean, and the ocean just looks a touch possibly darker. But I mean, they're so close together that people are gonna think they're the same color. Honestly, they're just gonna be looked at as the same color. So there you go. There is my pen swatching honest review of the dual tip highlighters. Now, would I buy them again? Do I think they're worth it? 100% absolutely. And if they come out with more sets of these, I will be on it. I just love the way they look. I love the way that they look on the paper. They're nice and vibrant. The tips are both nice. I would have loved to see a smaller tip on the marker end, like those super tips from Crayola. I would love to see a skinny mini tip on there so you could use it for writing a little bit easier. Where if I'm writing in something teeny tiny, these are not gonna cut it. Like, I won't be using these in my Tomo River paper planners in the teeny tiny grids because the marker is too big, but I would totally use that in an ERIN CONDREN with the nice thick lines, so you could write with them no problem. Like, it was easy to write this with them. I just would have loved to see a little skinnier line on that, and then a little fatter line on the highlighter tip. But I will absolutely be using these a ton. I think they're gorgeous. I love all the colors. You know, I'm gonna be keeping them on my desk because I think they're beautiful. So there you go. There's my full-on review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will have affiliate links down below for you guys. This is one of those products that I want in every color of the rainbow. I hope they come out with more packs because I just love them. I love the matte on the barrels. I also love that they have the names on them. They're just such nice highlighters. So there you go. There's my review. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me along. Have a great day, and I will catch you next time. Bye.